Hey there, Papper people. My name is Jason. I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist, otherwise known as a sleep tech, and I'm getting a lot of questions about what CPAP machine or APAP machine, what machine to buy. A lot of people are looking to change machines because of the Philips Respironics FoamGate recall. The cancer foam has become too much. People want to get rid of that machine. You can't really blame them, cancer foam. So look, you have two options if you have a Philips Respironics machine that is affected by the foam recall. You can pop open that machine, you can remove the foam. Once you do that, you should be perfectly fine. Now you have to be comfortable with tools and messing with medical equipment. You also have to look at some other implications. So I'm gonna deal with that on an entirely different video. This video is focused on people who want to change to a different machine or they have to change to a different machine. So what machine to get? Kind of a complex question if you're considering things such as Bilevel ST, as well as BiPAP Auto SV or ASV, which is adaptive servo ventilation. Now, if you're on any type of a bilevel machine, I would simply go with the ResMed Air Curve or ResMed ASV units. Now, if we're simply considering CPAP or people that want APAP, which is an automatically titrating positive air pressure machine, just known as APAP, you have basically three machines within this realm. You have the Respironics DreamStation as well as the Respironics DreamStation 2. You have the ResMed AirSense 10 auto set.
For the purposes of this video, please consider the AirSense 11 or the ResMed Air 11 to be the exact same machine as the ResMed AirSense 10. I know they're different, but please consider them to be the same device.
You also have the Fisher & Paykel Sleep Style Auto. Which of these should you get? Let's just take out for a moment that there's cancer foam at play. Pretend there's no cancer, okay? I would get one of these two units and I'm gonna tell you why. I would get either the ResMed AirSense 10 auto set or I would get the Fisher & Paykel Sleep Style Auto. First, let me tell you why I would not get the Philips Respironics DreamStation or the DreamStation 2. DreamStation 2 is easy. At this time, it does not yet have Oscar compatibility. If you don't know what Oscar is, it can be found at sleepfiles.com/Oscar. Oscar stands for Open Source CPAP Analysis Reporter. When you have an SD card in your machine, you can pop it in, import that data into Oscar, and you can see extremely detailed information of your sleep. Things such as the trending leak data, things such as every single breath you took. It's extremely helpful. It is nothing at all. Don't say, but I have the Dream Mapper app or I have the My Air app. Those apps are completely worthless, especially when you compare them to Oscar. The detail is phenomenal. People who stick with CPAP and have success long-term make use of the Oscar data. Trust me. Okay, so the DreamStation 2 does not have Oscar compatibility. It's out. Now the DreamStation, it does have Oscar compatibility. Pretend like you just took out the foam. That's not a problem anymore. No cancer problem. When you look at it in Oscar, you can see that the leak data is extremely poor. And by that I mean the sampling rate is so slow, you almost can't do anything with it. It's roughly like 5 to 8 seconds that it seems to take a sample. Now the reason this is important is if you have a mask or a mouth leak, you want to see if that is waking you up or if it's something else. And if you don't have precise data on where that leak spikes up and where the arousal is, it really does you very little good. I'll show you a couple samples of that right now. I've always wanted to compare between the DreamStation leak rate with any like a ResMed leak rate. And the whole thing I was talking to you about sampling. Like how it's like it's doing this, it's taking sampling points from like here and here and here instead of being like the ResMed.
Just make a mental note of these long gradual lines of increase and decrease. Very imprecise, very long sampling rate times.
Now when you compare this to the AirSense 10, the AirSense 10 has extremely detailed leak data and the sampling rate appears to be a half a second to about a second. It's extremely precise. You can tell exactly when that leak spiked compared to where that arousal started.
Here we have an AirSense 10 unit. Now look at the leak rate. We'll zoom in on it just a little bit. You can see how the leak slowly starts to increase and you can see the actual sampling rate times. And you can see right there precisely when it drops and the arousal occurs. This is one type of leak.
Now going back to the DreamStation for just 1 second, if you use it in auto mode, the auto mode is actually really bad. When it detects events, it goes up extremely slow, and then when it does finally reach that optimal pressure, it likes to drop down really quickly after that. When you compare that to the ResMed is, yes, it's extremely aggressive and it'll go past your pressure sometimes, but at least it gets to that optimal pressure. Okay, so as far as the ResMed AirSense 10 has a superior sampling rate for the leak data. It is Oscar compatible. and the algorithm is much better if you're to use it in APAP mode, which long-term doesn't really matter. 3 things that make it better. Now let's consider the Fisher and Paykel sleep style. In the past, it has not been compatible with Oscar, but I have great news. It appears as if it is going to be compatible and possibly very soon. Take a look at this graph. Now I don't have information on the auto portion of this. However, you can tell by the leak rate that it appears the sampling rate is much faster. It appears to be very, very similar to the ResMed unit. So we have very likely Oscar compatibility, excellent sampling time with the leak rate, and we also have a much better design as far as the machine is concerned. And the reason I say that is it is extremely small. Technically, it is billed as a travel CPAP. The humidifier is integrated into the machine. It looks like a bedside clock. It is about the size as the ResMed AirSense 10. Unfortunately, it is more expensive than the ResMed AirSense 10. Now, not everyone is going to agree with the comments I just made, but that is my rationale. If you have a different idea, if you have a different opinion, let me know in the comment section down below. I love reading what you guys have to say. Also, I really appreciate it if you check out the links in the description box down below of ways you can support this channel. One is by using my PAP therapy analysis at axgsleepdiagnostics.com. The other thing you can do is use my Amazon affiliate link down below. As an affiliate, I earn on all qualified purchases. They help me out quite a bit, so I appreciate you using that. Are there any other videos that you would like to see me do? Let me know in the comment section down below. I appreciate you watching. Please help this channel out. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Bye.
Everyone's too embarrassed to say it. Your mask stinks really bad. Get some Maskbright at maskbright.com or Amazon. Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks, buddy, to Ray Troutman, Veronica Young, Sarvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, and Mona Swearingen. And thank you to my other level Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members.